Okay, well, so here we go. Welcome, you guys, to our Essential Oils Made Easy class tonight. I love this class so much. The goal is that you leave feeling educated and empowered to start your oil journey and your journey with doTERRA. And so we're going to go over 3 cool things about essential oils and the 3 ways we use them. And then I'll go over how to get them in your home. And so just to start right off, the first cool thing about essential oils is that, just like this slide says, they are 100% natural and safe. There's nothing added or taken away from the oil. They're just simply pure essential oil with no side effects and no addictions. And they're safe for babies and children and adults and even the elderly. And so a lot of people will ask me, like, are these okay for infants and children? And of course they are. And when tonight as I'm speaking, I want you to remember that I'm specifically talking about doTERRA's oils and not any other brand. doTERRA's oils are very unique because of the purity and the therapeutic qualities that they carry. And that all goes back to where they're harvested and how they're grown and so on and so forth. And so, and the testing that goes on behind that. So oils are extracts from plants that have amazing health benefits. So each plant, whether it's the resin or a leaf or the stem or the bark, it is actually it carries medicinal benefits because of a specific constituent that is in it. And so it's very high and dominant in a specific constituent that becomes medicinal to our body. And so that's why we have 45, I think it is, different essential oils, because they're all different. They have different levels of specific constituents that make them medicinal and therapeutic to our bodies, whether it be emotional or physical. And so an essential oil it's pure, you guys. So it's 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. And 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is equivalent to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So that's how potent they are. So those little bottles that seem to be, some people feel like, oh my gosh, they're so expensive. But if you understand the potency that 1 drop goes a long way, then you realize, like, okay, it makes sense, right? So to help you feel how powerful doTERRA's essential oils are specifically, if you guys, I don't know if you were sampled before you came here, some of you already have oils in your hand. If you don't have oils in your hand, then that's okay. Let us know. We'll get you some samples and just contact the person that invited you. And if it's me, just text me and let me know what you need. But I have spearmint in front of me. I don't have my peppermint. But what I want you guys to do, if you do have your oils in front of you, is just to take a drop in your hand, rub your hands together, and just take a really deep inhalation. Okay. So one thing that I want to mention is to be very careful that you don't rub your eyes. If you did for some reason get, any essential oil in your eye and it's starting to burn, you can just use a carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil, and you can actually directly apply it to that area that has been affected that might be like kind of stingy, and it's going to take it away right away. So that's what I love about essential oils. They're so safe. And if your kid does grab a hold of them and accidentally touches their eyes, it might burn for a second. They could scream, but that's it. That's the worst side effect that you'll experience ever from our essential oils. So you can actually use different types of carrier oils, such as olive oil or just regular coconut oil. Any fat will help to just reduce that, stinging if it is happening. So that is just some precautions. We never put essential oils into our eyes or our ear canals. Those are 2 really sensitive areas that we just want to be careful. So if you were to dab, that peppermint oil, or I love spearmint, you can also press it against the roof of your mouth. And this is another way that we can feel how powerful these specific oils are and how they open up the respiratory system. They really open up your airway. Peppermint in general is very energizing, and it opens up everything. It opens your airways. So within that, I love to use peppermint specifically for kids who are feeling car sick. It's going to open up your senses. And if you're someone who gets motion sickness, this is a wonderful oil to have on hand. And some other therapeutic qualities is that it really cools the body. So I am a functional nutritional therapy practitioner, and we in our field, we bless the fever. The fever is a gift. The fever is killing bacteria, it's killing viruses, it's killing these things that could potentially be lying dormant, not just what the fever is specifically spiking for at that moment. It could be killing other dormant things in the body. So I like to let the fever actually do its thing. But if it does get too high, which is around 103, 104, then it is good to start to cool the body. So you could use peppermint to help cool the body rather than some type of over-the-counter medication. So you could take a couple drops of peppermint, you could pat your hands and pat your neck and your forehead. If you're using them on a child, you could put them onto the bottoms of the feet, and that's going to help to just gently cool the body. It's also wonderful for just a hot day or to freshen your breath. So peppermint has many uses, and I love that. So when you do feel that, you breathe that in from your hands. You guys, even now, after having a drop, you can still feel the oil, right? You have that response. Your body kind of wakes up. And so again, that one drop is equivalent to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So they're very potent and powerful. So what I love about doTERRA's essential oils is that they're CPTG standard. And this stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. So it means that these oils are completely pure and they're completely potent. So pure meaning that there are no foreign contaminants, there's no fillers, it's literally just the oil. So potent means that each plant has been grown in the part of the world where that plant actually grows the best, resulting in the best chemistry of that plant. And so when you have ideal natural chemistry, the essential oil extract does exactly what we want it to do for our health, and it's medicinal in that way. And so that's the first cool thing about essential oils, is that they're 100% natural and safe. And the second cool thing about essential oils is that they're more effective than so many modern approaches to health problems. And when I say that, people are like, well, what does that mean? And I'm going to go over why they are, because they are so effective. And it all goes back to our body chemistry. So I don't know if we have any medical professionals. I know we have a dental hygienist, which I would consider a medical professional. But what I'm about to say is going to be very elementary for those of you who are listening, if you're catching the replay and you do have medical credentials. And we're going to go back to Biology 101. So let's say that this fist is a cell in the body. We know that cells have an oily membrane, and that cell membrane protects the cell. It keeps all of the good things in, and it keeps that cell safe from intruders for the most part. So it's going to keep that oily membrane is going to keep pretty much all the bad things out. Now, two of the things that are harmful to our cells are bacteria and viruses. We probably learned that in our basic high school biology class, right? So bacteria usually form on the outside of the cell, and the good bacteria and the bad bacteria, right? And viruses actually have a way of duplicating inside the cell. They're able to get into the DNA of our cells and kind of start to wreak havoc. Well, sometimes our cells need a little extra boost. If our immune system is down, maybe we've been binging on foods that we know our body doesn't react well, or we're not drinking enough water, or we're not supplementing properly. All of these things can contribute to lowering our immune function. And so our body, our cells, every single cell needs a little boost. And so within that, I want you guys to think that the bacteria is on the outside and viruses have made their way on the inside. So if you go to the doctor and you have a bacterial infection, which happens to all of us at some point, right? Most likely he would recommend that you go home with an antibiotic and take that for 7 to 10 days. That's pretty routine for most bacterial infections. And you know what? That infection is going to clear up within that time. A lot of times it just takes a few days and people start to feel so much better. But what we know and what I know in my practice and what I work with so many people on is the years of being and taking antibiotics and being on them. It wreaks havoc, you guys, on your gut and on your hormones and on your immune system. And it has this whole systematic, basically domino effect to our body. And so as we're constantly on it and our culture is really, I need to get rid of these symptoms so I can continue on with my busy, stressful life, right? But your body is telling you, it's time to slow down. Again, going back to that fever, the body's response is there's something going on and we need to kill this. So your fever spikes and you become tired. And a lot of times you don't want to eat. Your body naturally is fasting. And that's another part of your immune system kicking in. So now if you had a virus like the cold or the flu, you would most likely be told to go home and rest and just drink lots of water, right? Because that's what your body needs, is rest, lots of water to detox whatever's going on. And then you'd have to just let it run its course. Well, one of the main reasons why is that most of the modern recommendations are actually water-based synthetic agents. And they frequently do come with some type of a side effect. And also, all of the other types of medications can be very addictive. And so we're seeing this epidemic right now of people just, on one medication to mask the symptoms of another medication. And so we're not getting to the root cause. And that's truly my passion as a practitioner, is really to get to the root cause of what is going on in people's body. And our bodies are not deficient in medicine. They're not deficient in Advil. They're not deficient in, I don't know, whatever the medication is. But yes, a lot of medications do mask the side effects and they do help us to live more comfortably. But what we need to do is we need to switch our mindsets and kind of start to focus on what the root cause is and really get into there. So going back to that, water-based synthetic agent, water and oil don't mix. So the recommendation from your doctor is always water-based. So that's why that viral infection that you're struggling with, antibiotics are not going to kill it. But what is so cool, you guys, is that essential oils, they are also oil-based. And so it means that they're able to penetrate that cell wall or that cell membrane, and they can work on that cellular level without side effects and without addictions. And they can even help to support the bad bacteria on the outside of the cell and prevent the duplication of the virus that's going on or that's wreaking havoc within the cell. And so that really truthfully is why they are more effective than a modern approach to health problems. And so I want you guys to really think about that. It's really, really important. So we need to get better at listening to our bodies. When it's time to slow down, we need to slow down and listen to our bodies and stop this cycle of being stressed out and doing too many things and eating on the run. We need to slow things down significantly. And so you can see at the bottom of the slide, On Guard. On Guard is our immune protecting blend, and it's going to support your immune system and really uplift it. It's wonderful for sore throats. It has a beautiful fall-like aroma to it. And so I actually have had it just diffusing throughout our house the last couple days just because I love the aroma of it. But what's happening is it's also killing anything that's funky in our air, viruses, bacteria, it's going to kill those. And what I love about On Guard is it has a modulating effect with our immune system. So people who are dealing with any type of autoimmune issue, this On Guard, it's going to help your immune system to function properly. So a lot of people who have autoimmune issues, their immune system is functioning at just the highest level it can. And it's not going to, what I love about On Guard, it's not going to be in our oils in general. They're not actually going to be boosting their immune system, but they're going to see that the immune system is in dysfunction, and it's going to help to bring those levels down. So it's not, acting crazy. So On Guard is wonderful for, in general, just cleansing the home, cleansing your hands, a drop of this on your hands after being at the grocery store. fantastic. Again, you're not killing all of the good bacteria, but you're going to be killing the bad bacteria because of that modulating effect that our essential oils have on our cells. So the second cool thing about essential oils is that they're incredible, right? They're effective. They're really effective. So the third cool thing is that they're cheaper than traditional care. So the majority of people have some type of a copay when it comes to their insurance, right? And so whether you have a low copay, maybe it's not even, maybe you're fully covered, but when you do get sick, what happens is you usually have to take time off. If you do have to go to the doctors, you're going to have to drive there. You're going to have to take the afternoon off of work. If you do have a family member that's sick, you're going to be the one who has to take time off of work to go and take them in. So there is some cost, right? My whole point is that there is some cost to being sick. And when someone in our family has an ear infection, we literally just rub 2 drops of lavender, 2 drops of melaleuca, and I usually do 2 drops of basil around the ear. And after a great night's sleep, it usually is cleared up, you guys. And so when I start to feel something funky in my body, that's what I'll do, especially if it was an ear infection. That's the example that I'm using. But literally, you guys, that costs 64 cents to do that, if you are to break it down price per drop. So now, whether your cost for your copay is $20, if you go to the doctor and they do prescribe you something, you still have to pay that. Whether it's $0 and you live in a country that might have free medical care, essential oils are going to just be less expensive than the gas you're putting in your car, and what you actually have to pay for the doctor's office visit. And so anyways, you guys, not only is there that financial break from having those oils on hand, but also you're not wreaking havoc on all the good bacteria in your body that does take months to replenish after using an antibiotic. So literally our family has saved hundreds, if not thousands of dollars using essential oils over the years. And so I can't afford not to use them in our family. And I'm so thankful to say that my kids, since we've been using essential oils, we have never had to be on prescription medications. We've always taken care of all of their health issues, cold, flu, all of those different things with essential oils. So they've dramatically changed our life. And that's why I have integrated them so much into my personal practice as a practitioner, but it's just because we've been using them, and I love them, and they're incredible. So going back, sorry, the third cool thing is just that they're affordable, right? And they're less expensive than most traditional medical care that we run to. So moving on, we have 3 ways that we use essential oils. Aromatically is the first one that we use. And oh, you guys, I forgot to mention lavender. Lavender, you guys, is all things calming. It's really high in a constituent called linalool, which makes it very healing and soothing to the skin, as well as to the mind and the emotions. Lavender is wonderful for any type of skin issue, blemishes, sunburns, any type of inflammatory issue with the skin, rashes, eczema. It's fantastic for. So these are all ways that we use lavender in our house. And it's also an antihistamine. So if you do struggle with seasonal allergies, it's going to be a wonderful oil for you to integrate into your daily regimen, especially during those times where things are blooming. And lavender, for our emotions, is also very calming and soothing. And so if you're trying to create a calming and soothing atmosphere in your home, it's wonderful to drop 5 or 6 drops of lavender into your diffuser, or at night, you can put them into your diffuser next to your bed. And it's just gonna help to create that calm atmosphere. Lavender also is extremely rejuvenating. So if you do have some type of a skin burn, we'll say, from maybe touching a hot pan, applying lavender onto it every couple hours for the first day or 2, you will see such a dramatic shift in how quickly your skin heals. It's pretty magical. So this is an oil that I not only have in my kids' room, but I have in my kitchen, and I keep with us just all the time. One of those definitely must-have oils on hand always. Okay, so the first way we use essential oils is aromatically. And so everyone can take their finger and just pinch right above the bridge of their nose. Some of you have already seen us do this, but really I want to just point out that right under your nose is actually your olfactory nerve. And so your olfactory nerve is a nerve that sends messages to the limbic system of your brain, which in turn sends messages all over your body. And so some people think it's kind of funny to say that oils could actually affect the body just by smelling them. And so this is a really great illustration and a great kind of story for you guys to think about is when you go to the hospital for any type of surgery and you have to be put under, what do they give you? They give you some type of anesthesia, right? They don't usually give you a pill. I mean, sometimes they might, but they usually give you some type of a mask, right? And they're going to ask you to count down from 10 all the way down to 1. And most of us are completely asleep or under before we even get to 10, right? So, and we don't remember anything until we wake up. So when you breathe those synthetic compounds through the mask, you're breathing them through your olfactory nerve, and it's sending those powerful signals to your brain, and it's telling your brain it's time to go to sleep, and it literally knocks you out like in seconds. So oils work the same way, except they're with natural compounds that are safe and they're not addictive. And so when you breathe in a specific compound, it hits that olfactory nerve, and the olfactory nerve sends signals again to that limbic system, and it turns the rest of your body on. And this can happen within 30 seconds, but it usually happens so much quicker. So there are definitely a few essential oils that you can use aromatically that I love. And so you can just literally put them in your hand, drop them in your hand and take that deep inhalation, just like we did with peppermint, I did with spearmint earlier. And you can just have that really quick aromatic response. Now, if you're someone who deals with stress or, maybe panic attacks, when you're starting to feel that come on, one of the best way to use your oils is to maybe grab a wild orange, or Adaptive Blend is another oil that we love that really calms the nervous system. And it tells your brain to like chill out, basically. And that's the best way to use your oils aromatically, is if you're having some type of reaction to something around you and stress. We have that happens to us, right? And so it is that aromatic response is extremely powerful. So I love to use wild orange and peppermint just to kind of wake my body up, but also kind of bring some balance to it and some joy to it. And so it's amazing that you could actually mix compounds, and it's going to help with maybe any stress or depression you might be having. And so those are some ways that we like to use them aromatically. And then, of course, having oils throughout your house and diffusers is wonderful. We literally have them in every room of our house. Just in the morning, it is so important to me to wake up and have a peaceful environment. We homeschool our kids right now, as most of us are doing. I have 3 kids, and we run multiple businesses from our home. And so my mornings, I really do covet just to be calm and peaceful. So I always wake up and set that environment in my house and set my diffusers on and put nice music on that is calming and just kind of create that environment. So, but that aromatic response is really important too. So when you walk into the room, you're feeling calm. So that's one of the ways that I just love to use the oils aromatically on a pretty much daily basis. Okay, so moving on to using them topically, this is the second way that we use essential oils. And you can apply them directly to the skin. For children or people who have sensitive skin, sometimes the elderly have thinner skin just because it's what happens when people age. It's going to be really beneficial that you have some type of a coconut oil or fractionated coconut oil just to create a little larger surface area to absorb. And when we say to dilute for sensitive skin people or children, it's not that we're going to weaken the oil. We're just going to give it a greater space to absorb. And something interesting about oils is that they're highly volatile. And so when they hit our hot skin, they actually start to evaporate really quick. And so one way to actually get the maximum benefit out of that one drop is to use a carrier oil. So it's a great practice in general. Another way that you can use essential oils is on the bottoms of the feet, and especially our hotter oils. It's a great way to apply those oils, and oils that maybe you don't love the aroma of. And for all infants and babies, I think just getting in the practice of using them on the bottoms of their feet is a great way to just introduce their body into what essential oils are. And it's not going to bother them at all. So you can also use a carrier oil on the bottoms of their feet, or your own too. And so the pores on the bottoms of our feet are actually very large. And so they're able to absorb really quickly into the bloodstream. And so it's a great way to get the oils into our whole system pretty fast. So those are some awesome ways that we use essential oils topically. You can use essential oils topically for muscle aches, pain, tension, people who have those aches and pains. Literally, you guys can just apply it directly to the skin topically. That's a wonderful way to use them topically and just to soothe. And again, what I love is that we're not masking the symptoms, but you guys, we're getting to the root cause of what's going on, because they have that ability to penetrate our cells and support our cells to function properly. So sometimes our bodies are in a state of dysfunction where we're so inflamed and we stay inflamed, and the anti-inflammation process in our body isn't functioning properly. And the anti-inflammation and the inflammation process work together through our prostaglandins. And so when we're actually taking a lot of medications to mask pain and to mask this or that, we're throwing our whole body off. So it's not functioning properly. And there is a time and a place for that. But what I love with oils is that they're getting to the root cause of what's going on. And so using them on a really consistent basis is going to be really important. And that doesn't mean using 55 drops each application. It's using like 1 to 2 drops each application throughout the day. And so we're teaching the body to be aware of those constituents that we're putting into the skin, or, ingesting, and it's telling our body, okay, calm or inflame or anti-inflame or whatever the process is that needs to happen. So the third way, and one of my favorite ways to use essential oils, is to internalize them. So our essential oils are not only safe to internalize, it's recommended. doTERRA recommends that we internalize the oils. And this is only because they're certified pure therapeutic grade standard, which means that they're medicinal grade. So they're completely safe to ingest, unlike all other brands on the market. That is what is so unique to doTERRA, you guys. So you can put them in your mouth, you can drink them in your water. If you don't like the taste, it's great to put them into a veggie cap. You can create your own remedies in that way if you're wanting to do some type of a little Z-Pack to boost your immune system because you're working through some type of sickness. We have tons of recipes for that, which is fun because once you're a part of our community, if you're not already, you get to have access to all of these things in our continuing ed, and we teach you how to create all of this. So a few other things to mention about internalizing the oils is that you want to make sure you're drinking them in a stainless steel water bottle or a glass cup or a glass water bottle, because essential oils actually eat petrochemicals, they eat plastic. And so they will literally eat through your plastic straws or your plastic cups really quickly. And you don't want to be internalizing all of that plastic or BPA. So just make sure that you are drinking them out of a safe bottle. So, and then internalizing them too by dropping them under your tongue. Underneath our tongue is filled with a ton of capillaries, and so they really absorb into the bloodstream really quickly. Now, there are a handful of oils that doTERRA does recommend that you just apply topically or aromatically, just because they are too stripping on our GI tract. And so just make sure that if you're getting used to our oils, that you turn the oil bottle around and just look for that supplement backed. And if it doesn't have a supplement backed, and you've internalized it, you're okay. They're safe to internalize, but we want to make sure that you're using them in the best way that supports your body the best. And so just look for the supplement backed if you are going to be internalizing them. So that is the third way that we use our essential oils. And then I just want to go through a handful of our top oils that I haven't mentioned yet. Lemon. Lemon is our detoxification oil. This is an oil that I love to drink in my water daily. It's also an oil that is great for just helping the body to detox and release toxins that have been trapped maybe in the tissues or the fat tissues. And it's going to just help the body to gently detox. It tastes amazing. So it's wonderful for spritzers, just even water spritzers, mineral water spritzers. It tastes delicious. And it's great for cleansing our house and freshening the air up. It's also, you guys, the best goo gone ever. So I live up in the mountains. We have pine trees all around us, and our dogs and our kids get into sap pretty often. And so I find myself dumping lemon, or my husband, if his hands get dirty from like working on a car or something, it just gets all of like the grime off so easily. Stickers that you're trying to peel off of something that have gotten gross. So it's really great for cleansing and cleaning things off. And it just smells so delicious. And we use it aromatically, topically, and internally. And then frankincense, my gosh, I could go on and on about this oil. This is the king of oils. It's a very precious oil, and it has so many benefits, you guys. It supports our cells against any oxidation that might be happening, free radicals. So it's going to help with that anti-aging process. It's going to help our cells to function optimally. So if there is a cell that could potentially be duplicating, it's going to help the body to kill it off and dump it. And it also helps to promote really calm feelings and balancing. This is an oil for all of the women out there. If you're feeling a little fried or PMSing or whatever it is, you just feel cranky, drop frankincense under your tongue, just one drop, and it is going to help you just balance your emotions out significantly. So it also has so many healing factors to it. We live up in high elevation, so our sun exposure is pretty intense here. So I apply this to my skin, just a couple drops, just straight onto my skin every night. And then I usually add some type of a lotion to it, just because it's also really dry here. And so that's just another way I support my skin and my emotions with frankincense. So you can use frankincense aromatically, topically, and internally. Digestin, this is one of my favorite oils as well. And specifically because, going back 8.5 years ago, my middle son was about a year and a half, almost 2, and developed some very severe gut issues, which we now know were leaky gut and some just damages from actually being vaccinated. And we took him on this journey of healing his gut and sealing his gut up. And I had a dear friend who randomly just dropped off this bottle of Digestin and said, you should try this on Gavin's belly. It has worked wonders on my kids when they're having stomach issues. And so I was like, okay. And at that time, you guys, I was making my own cleaning products. I was using some like random essential oil brand just to scent my cleaning products that I was making. So I kind of was already on this journey of like detoxifying just my house and getting rid of toxic chemical cleaners and whatnot and making my own. So I was like on this like whole mission, right? And someone dropped this off and said, you should try it. And so we were in the middle of dealing with all of this stuff. And it was actually my first exposure to nutritional therapy. And one of my best friends that I'm now a business partner with, Susan Johnson, she had just moved into town and moved right next to us. And we started talking about it. And she's like, you should use Digestin, blah, blah, blah. On and on. I started to use it. And it was really the first thing that really, I found that his stomach cramping that he was having, it was just gone, you guys. And so I was like, wait a second, what was that? And so we started using it on a regular basis. And I was watching him just go from these really uncomfortable times and this healing journey that he was on as a kid, a young kid, a toddler. And it was just really eye-opening. So it sent me on my journey of really wanting to understand what these plant medicines were. And being a young mom, I was like, I have to start using these. Like I need all of them. And so it sent me on my journey of just really implementing them into everything we were doing. And it has been life-changing, you guys. So Digestin is dear to me because it personally brought so much relief. And those moms that are listening and soon to be moms, like, when your child is in pain and you're not sure what to do, it can be really scary. it can be really scary. And so having something that like relieved his pain and he changed him was like, oh, so relieving. So this is a fantastic oil to use if you have any GI issues whatsoever. They do make a soft gel of this, and it's definitely an oil that I recommend to so many of my clients now. And it's really for just that quick relief from any GI issue, bloating, acidity levels. Like if you're just feeling just nauseous after you eat, or you eat something that you know your body's not going to sit well with, this is a great oil just to have on hand and use it. Okay, so Deep Blue is for all things soothing, achy, crampy, tension, pain. It is so wonderful to just soothe muscles and joints that are just hurting, you guys. This is another oil that I love to use if I'm feeling a little crampy from just being PMS or whatnot. It's going to be really soothing. If you're having achy bones, whether it's a child and they're having growing pains or whatnot, this is going to be wonderful just to soothe any of that. And again, it's getting to the root cause of what's in dysfunction in the body, and it's going to really ease that pain. So Deep Blue is an oil that you're going to use aromatically and topically. It's not meant to be ingested. And our Breathe blend is really wonderful for just opening and supporting the respiratory system, the lungs, the sinuses. It's going to promote clear breathing, whether you're going on a run or you're going on a walk or you're sleeping. It's just going to open the respiratory system up. We have had horrendous smoke here. We have this massive fire that is literally just on the other side of the Sierras, and I think it's been the worst air index. The air quality has been the worst here than I'm sure anywhere. It is been off the charts horrible. And so Breathe, I've gone through like probably 4 bottles of Breathe a month at our house, because I really just want to make sure that our kids, there's been like literally ash, you guys, just falling on our cars, on everything for about 7 weeks now. And so Breathe has been an oil that has just been going in all of our diffusers, and we've been applying it topically to the chest and onto the bottoms of the feet, just to support the respiratory function in general. So whether you're using it for some type of a congestion or a cold, you can use it before you're going outside to be active, just to open your airways up, and it just feels so wonderful. I also like to throw it on the walls of my shower in the mornings just to kind of like open my senses up. It's nice. Okay, Wild Orange is an awesome oil. Just if you're feeling sluggish and tired and lacking motivation, it's just going to be very energizing and invigorating, and it's going to help you just to feel happy, and it's going to uplift your mood. So another wonderful oil that I just keep on hand. It also tastes great in your water. And then Adaptive is an incredible oil. We also have a soft gel that I can't talk enough about, you guys, but Adaptive is going to support our whole nervous system. So it's going to, if you're feeling super stressed out, anxious and whatnot, it's going to help to calm your whole nervous system. And it's because it has some really powerful constituents in it, but also it has just this ability to tell our nervous system to stop firing so quickly. And it's going to help to calm and just bring that peaceful state of mind in. And you're going to use this aromatically and topically. And you'll get to know this oil and the supplement that we have that goes alongside of it really well during our continuing education. But definitely one of my favorite oils, especially during this last 6 months, our chaotic world, right? And then Copaiba is another fantastic oil for just aches and pains. If your body is feeling just tired and fried and your nervous system is firing, it's going to be really calming to all of those. And Copaiba and Adaptive are 2 oils that you can use on a regular basis and a consistent basis, just to create that consistent use of the oils and to calm the body. And when you apply these oils topically, and Copaiba specifically, you can ingest. I want you guys to stop when you apply them, and I want you to smell them in your hands, a couple drops together, or you can do it separately, and just take 5 inhalations. And I want you to visualize your brain. I want you to visualize your body not feeling pain. and those pains subsiding, or that stress subsiding. And what we do when we close our eyes and we kind of meditate for a second and we think about the relief that we want from the oils, we actually start to teach our brain to turn specific neural pathways off and on. So if we're in a state of feeling like super anxious and depressed, and you go, okay, I'm going to use my adaptive blend, and you put a couple drops in your hand, or maybe you take one of the soft gels and you just calm yourself for a second and you smell those constituents, and you tell your brain and your body, I want you to calm and relax. And you take 5 deep inhalations in and out. What you're doing is you're teaching your brain, when it smells those constituents, it's telling your brain to calm. And so every time you use that oil, you guys, it's going to right away, after doing that just a few times, your brain clicks in and goes, oh, I'm smelling all of these medicinal constituents. And it calms down. So it's really powerful. It's kind of like a biohack to just calming your nervous system. But also you can use it for feeling more joy with wild orange, and some like Elevation is a blend that we have that really uplifts the mood. So you can do these things, be really intentional with using them, and your body will be very receptive to them. So what I want you guys to do now, I just gave you a ton of information. Those of you who are brand new, you're probably like, whoa, that's a lot. I want you to take a minute and I want you to think about your specific top health concerns. What are they? Is it anxiety and stress? Is it pain? Is it emotional support of some sort? Is it sleep? Is it weight loss? What is it? You know the top things, and there's not a wrong answer here. So you guys think about those, and I want you to write them down. Okay. And then what I want you guys to do when we're done tonight, I want you to actually text the person that invited you to this. If it's me, I want you to text me. And I want you to tell me what you're most concerned about. Because what this does, you guys, is it helps us form some type of a protocol to help support you with your specific pain points. So the last thing that we want is for you to listen to this and feel lost. We want you to feel ready to go, okay, these are the things, the areas in my life and in my health that I want to take control of. That's why we're all here, right? That's why I started using them. Because I mean, my son, maybe you're here because you have you have people in your life that you're wanting to support with a more natural approach, or maybe it's just for you, whoever it is, you're here. And so we want you to feel empowered to be able to use doTERRA's oils and the different supplements that are absolutely phenomenal, you guys, to really support your overall health. So one of my favorite products, supplements that doTERRA has is the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And this is just like a multivitamin. It's a 3-pack multivitamin. And yes, we are an essential oil company, the top essential oil company in the world. But this is our #1 selling product. And I'll tell you why. So as a practitioner, one of my main focuses is helping people bring their body back into balance. And so over the years, we get out, all of us do, I'm not perfect, I promise you. Our body gets out of whack. And so maybe our digestion is a disaster. So what happens from that is that we're not absorbing things properly. We're not absorbing the nutrients that even if we're eating super clean, but maybe we like trashed our whole digestive tract years ago and it never really healed. So that system is we call it dysfunction. And then all of a sudden your hormones are in dysfunction and you're gaining weight, or you're super emotional, or you're feeling extremely depressed or high anxiety, whatever it is, right? And so all of a sudden, all these things start becoming out of whack. And we're trying to figure out like, what the heck? Well, all of the pillars that really are supported by eating a really clean diet and having good digestive health, and eating or taking a really awesome supplement that is nutrient dense and bioavailable to the body, those are the things that we need to help bring that foundation back into balance so everything's not thrown off. And so Lifelong Vitality is so wonderful. It's definitely the foundation of just energy and vitality and living that vibrant life. And so why? Because it's a real food supplement. So many supplements are actually just synthetic crap, you guys. That's one of the things that I studied, is just how toxic the majority of our supplements on the market are. And so what I love about doTERRA's is that they're very bioavailable because it's a whole food multivitamin, and it has all the cofactors. It has all the minerals that need to be taken together to be recognized by the body to be absorbed, which when you're eating whole food, it's all in there. You have all the minerals and all of the vitamins needed to digest that specific food. When we start to process foods and we start heating things and we start refining things, we're killing off major important parts of food, like milk. And for just for an example for you guys, most milk, conventional milk, that's not raw milk, has been heated to a very high temperature to kill any bad bacteria. But what happens is it kills all the good bacteria too. And so my whole point is that that becomes sugar now. So and the same thing happens with all of our food. So we're eating these foods that have been highly refined and turned into, the most part, just a sugar. And so we're not getting the nutrients that we need. And we think we're eating healthy, but we're not. And so taking a supplement like the Lifelong Vitality is just so important because it is nutrient dense. So the three really, and just to simply say, Microplex VMZ is our whole food multivitamin and minerals. So it has all your multivitamins that you need. The Alpha CRS is our antioxidant and cellular support and longevity. So it's going to help cellular function. It's going to help with just any oxidation that's happening in the body. And then the XE Omega is going to have all of our omega-3, 6, and 9 fatty acids. And it has a tummy tamer blend in it to help your body to break down those fatty acids a little easier, so you're not like burping up fish oil and whatnot. And then if you are a vegan, we do have a vegan XE Omega, I think it's XE Omega V, and that's going to be the vegan form, which means that it doesn't have the fish oils, it just has the land oils. And so what's really important about this specific supplement is that the omega-3, 6, and 9 fatty acids are all balanced. So when those start to become out of balance, we see things like lots of inflammation, and that's where a lot of people's diets are going to be really high in omega-6 and even 9, like super high. And so it's causing major inflammation. So what's important is that those omegas are balanced, and they are so essential, you guys, to our brain development, our neurological, our immune function. And then all together, these are going to just support all of these areas, our liver function, our detoxification pathways, our digestive health. And because of that, we're going to be able to manage our stress better. That inflammatory response is going to be properly managed. And so the reason why it's our #1 selling product is because people start taking it and they feel incredible. And so you're never going to want to stop taking it. So that's why it's really powerful. So I highly recommend it, and I cannot say enough about it. Okay, guys, so a few more things before we close tonight. So there are 3 ways to purchase doTERRA's essential oils. Their first way is retail, and no one ever really purchases retail, just because you would only purchase some doTERRA's oils and supplements retail if you were buying from like me as a practitioner, or if I hadn't told you about the wholesale membership, or from a chiropractor or even a doctor's office. That's where you would buy those, or even some health food stores sometimes have them. So it's the most expensive way to buy doTERRA's products. The second way is wholesale. And this is kind of similar to a Costco membership. You pay $35. You get access to all of the products at the best price, and you get that discount. And for doTERRA, it's 25% below retail. So it's a significant savings. And that is one of the best ways that you can start to purchase your oils. And then the third way is wholesale. And that's actually wholesale, just like I said on the second one. But what you can do is the second month that you order, you can actually start to accrue points, and you can use your points. So you start actually earning below wholesale, and this is really the best way to use oils. It's kind of like a frequent flyer mile. So if you start with a wholesale account, then we'll teach you how to set up your loyalty reward cart and help you to save as much as you can each month. So it's a great way to use oils and to build your collection. So what you get from us is you get a welcome package. We also do personal consults, 15-minute consults, just to go over those 3 things that you're wanting to work through, and we really help to support you. We have our educational groups that you get to become a part of, and then you also get to be put into our continuing education, which is so much great information. Those are 8-week series that we're on. Let's see, this next one, we have 2 more in this series, and then we'll start those again right after the holidays. Those are great. And so we do tons of giveaways. We have a really fun community, a very supportive and educational community that you get to be a part of. So you get to be a part of us. So here are a couple kits that we love. And this is the Healthy Start Kit. It is going to have your top 10 oils. They're the 5 milliliter bottles. So this is more of like a sample starter kit, and it's $160. And you also get the Brevi diffuser with it. So this is a great way to start if you're just wanting to get dip your toes in and decide what oils that you want to really start using on a regular basis. But it has all of those main oils that you're going to want to have just on hand. And then this is our Healthy Habits Kit, one of our more popular kits. And this is going to have your Lifelong Vitality, and then Terrazyme, which is a digestive enzyme complex that is so important for just all things digestive health. You're going to get lavender, frankincense, and balance. And then you also get the Deep Blue Rub, which is wonderful for any inflammation and pain in the body. Men love Deep Blue. I have to say, this is one of those oil blends and the lotion rub that people, like guys, if they're not quite believers in your hippy dippy oils, they'll become because it works wonders. And the aroma of it, I really like. Most men really love it. Then you have the lemon and the On Guard, and then you get the PB Assist, which is our pre and our probiotic. So if you're looking to kind of reset your body and then also start to add in some of these other oils, this is a great place to start. And that's $195. And then this is our Healthy Essentials Kit. This is similar to that first kit that I showed you, except you get the 15 milliliter bottles. So you're getting substantially more for your money. So it's a little bit better savings. You also get the Petal Diffuser. And this kit specifically is $249, which qualifies you to get the free product of the month, which I'll tell you in a second. And then another favorite kit of ours is the Healthy Home Kit. This is going to have most of your top 10, it has your top 10 oils. You're going to get the Brevi diffuser, and then you're going to get our whole On Guard line. So you get the On Guard concentrate, the hand soap, the pump, the spray, and our incredible toothpaste, which I get compliments all the time on my teeth being white, and it's because of the toothpaste. So really incredible properties, nothing synthetic or no toxic chemicals in the toothpaste either. Really great product. And then you get our shampoo and conditioner. And again, doTERRA has created these products just because they want to make sure that we have access to clean products that have essential oils in them that go along with living a healthier, non-toxic lifestyle. And then this is a great kit if you're wanting to kind of reset all the areas. It's a little bit more expensive. So yes, it's a little bit of an investment, but this kit comes with top 10 oils, all of the On Guard, plus all of those supplements that we just talked about. Deep Blue, the Correct-X, which is like a Neosporin, the lotion, the shampoo, you get the box, you get these On Guard products too, you guys, are so coveted right now because a lot of the products that you have in here, you can only order one a month right now just because with the state of the world, On Guard has become the #1 selling product. And so people are just ordering it like crazy. So some of these products aren't even available for single order. You have to order them through the kit. So this kit specifically is $570. And then we have a Simple Solutions kit. So if you're thinking like, you know what, I would actually like to create a kit specifically with some, custom oils and supplements, then this is a great place to start. So the thing with the kits, you guys, is that the $35 is waived. So you don't have to pay that $35. And if you want to do your own custom kit and just create your own order, you have to pay the $35. So that's kind of the perk with the kits, is that there's a savings, there's a discount, and you don't have to pay that $35. But they don't work for everybody, and the price points don't work for everybody. So you decide what works best for you and if creating a custom order is the best thing for you, then do that. Totally fine. But this is still one of those kits that the $35 is waived. So the Simple Solutions kit comes with the Deep Blue, Lemon, On Guard, and Serenity. And then you can add whatever oils or anything that you want to this specifically, and you still don't have to pay that $35. So it's a great way to take advantage. So some of our October freebies, our rose oil is 15% off. Clove oil was the free oil of the month. And remember when I was telling you about the 3 ways to purchase, that third way, if you spend 125 PV each month, between the 1st and the 15th, you always get the free oil of the month. And so what's cool about that is it could be a clove oil, it could be something even more precious and more expensive. But that's actually how I initially started building my collection. Was I did the Home Essentials kit, and then I started just each month spending 125 and getting the free oil of the month. And then using my points for my more expensive oils. Now, October is a special month, so you have until the 31st. If you spend 200 PV, whether you're an existing customer or you are a new customer, you get the free DigestZen soft gels. Remember, I said these are one of my favorite supplements that doTERRA has. So it's the DigestZen, but it's in the supplement soft gel form. The Tamer blend, the Calmer blend, and then peppermint. So all supportive of our digestive system, and all supportive of our immune system in turn, because when we're supporting the immune system, our gut actually has about 70 to 75% of our immune system within it, just because of all of the neurotransmitters. So when we're supporting our immune system, we are actually boosting we're supporting our gut, we're boosting our immune system. And so the Tamer and the Calmer are wonderful for children's and infant as well, just to use it topically. And then we have a handful of new wellness kits and wellness tracks. If you are just not sure where to start, but you know that maybe you just need pain relief and you're not sure what to start, we're going to help you figure out what the best way to do it. And these new wellness tracks are awesome. So the second month that you order, you can opt into it and start that relief, say the relief track. And each month you're going to get, for $75, you're going to get a new bundle, and it's going to be supportive of that specific track that you're opted in, whether it's immunity or mind and mood or that pain relief. So text us, you guys, whoever invited you. If it's me, text me, let me know how I can help you, questions you might have for me to set up your first order, and we will set you guys up. But before we leave, you guys, so there's really 3 types of people that come to our classes. The first person is really just wanting to live a more natural lifestyle, and they're wanting to just learn how to maybe detoxify their home or the things that they're putting into their body or whatnot. And once you set up your first account, or your first order, I should say, with doTERRA, and you have a wholesale account, then you have access to our continuing education, and also doTERRA has just so much great education online for you. So you can really figure out what you want to work on and how to do that. The second type of person that comes, like, just can't stop thinking about all the people that they want to share their oils with. And you can actually get your oils paid for each month by sharing oils with other people. And that is, when I first started using the oils, we had nothing. We were in the middle of starting a business. It was such a crazy time, you guys, for us. But I knew I needed the oils, and they felt expensive and it fell out of our budget. But I knew, because of how powerful they were and that experience that I had with my son, that I had to use them, right? And so I naturally just started to share the oils with everybody around me and started getting paid. And I actually completely replaced one of our incomes over time with building at home with my kids. So we own 3 different I have my business and we have 2 other businesses that we've built. But I love that you can casually share if that's all the time you had. But if you're wanting to build a business or build and replace an income, that maybe you've lost, especially during this whole pandemic, and so many people around us have lost jobs. If you're looking to really, create that new income, you can. You guys, it's so powerful. And I've done that. And I've done it over time, and I've done it with kids at home. And so doTERRA has a very generous compensation plan. And so if you're wanting to empower people with education, just like you came and listened to me talk, if you're thinking like, I want to do what you're doing, I want you guys, if you're interested in sharing or even building a business, whether it's casually or very intensely, come to our, I want you to come to our business opportunity call. I'm just going to fast forward up to this. So, and come to the business opportunity presentation on Saturday morning at 10. And we're going to really go in depth with why doTERRA, why now? And if you have any interest at all, reach out to us and we will plug you into all of our education, because there is not a greater time to start a business at home. There really is not. And you can do it from anywhere around the world. And honestly, sky's the limit with this. And it's so fun because you get to help people and you get to meet them where they're at. So thank you guys for coming. And if you have questions, reach out to us. You can comment below. You can reach out to me personally or the person who invited you. And I'm going to just stop this recording so I can answer questions right now.